Hello everybody, I'm the Chatterbox Gamer and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts. This is a normal run and today we'll be taking on the Olympus Coliseum. I think what we're going to do... I think we're going to just go through the Hades Cup real quick. Real quick, that's like 50 minutes. Or if we want to be technical, it's 49 matches, but... what we're going to do is that we're going to complete the Hades Cup together and then we're going to complete it alone. And I think we'll call that an episode, and we'll continue on from there. Now, before we start fighting, we better make sure that we're stocked up on any items that we need. I'm going to take a couple Mega Elixirs. I don't think I would need them, but I could think of a couple rounds that might benefit from them. They're in the later rounds. Like, as you go down, the rounds get a little harder. The Heartless are a little more difficult. And I think we're going to be introduced to the two Heartless I mentioned that are, I would say, hard to fight. That would be it, yeah. It's kind of funny because we haven't been to that world yet. They are enemies that we find at the end of the world. So it's kind of weird seeing them here first before going there, but it's... whatever. Ooh. Leaf Bracer is a good ability to have, but I don't have enough. I'll probably be fine without it. The question marks will be fighting a secret boss, but we'll fight him later. And typically, it's just like your average cup, but for 49 fights, so yeah, honestly, with this one, I use this kind of like to level up, mainly because at this part of the game, a lot of the experience that we get from Heartless is greater, but granted, the experience you need to level up is also greater, but if you think about it, 49 rounds with Heartless that give you over 100 experience, plus including the bosses that give you, I don't know on top of my head, but I can guarantee you it's over 100, it's, you know, good way to level up. I mean, I think it'd be better when you get the ability to choose your opponent, because I think one of the bosses dumps a big amount of experience. I think it might be Hades himself, but I'm not entirely sure. When those two use those items, I probably should have set them to use it only in emergency. Whoops, that's my mistake, but it's not too much of a problem. We'll be fine. Now, the reward for completing the Hades Cup alone and the time trial gives you Donald and Goofy's ultimate weapon to save the Queen and save the King. I don't think they're the strongest, because I think there's some weapons that got more magic for Donald, and there's some shields for Goofy that I think are more physically stronger, but I think their ultimate weapons are basically weapons that are most balanced. Which reminds me, we still need to get Sora's ultimate weapon through the synthesis shop. I'm pretty sure we have enough items, but that we'll get there eventually. My theory is that whenever there's a mushroom in one of these rounds, it's just there for a breather round, because typically the next round after these guys either has a stronger enemy or there's more Heartless. One or the other. I mean, right here we're fighting Yuffie. Granted, this time around she's not with Leon, but I would still say she's a stronger enemy compared to the Heartless. Also, be aware this time, if you hit her shurikens back at her, she's not going to get dazed. That's something I learned in the level 1 run. Although Sonic Blade will still knock her out, so there's that. You also have to be aware, she will still use her giant shuriken to attack you, and if you leave her alone, she will cure herself, so just be aware of that. Oh, jeez. Shit. No, we're ending this quick. I hate that one move. It killed me so much as a kid. I really hate that one move. Oh, well, right, we got a weapon from her, too. Huh. I'm trying to think. Where did I get stuck a lot as a kid? I'd say the final 10 rounds is where I got stuck a lot. Because the Heartless there are very difficult. And you get not one, but two mini... Well, technically 3 mini-bosses now that I think about it. I mean, they're not difficult, but, you know, a mini-boss is still a mini-boss. Especially since 2 of them are in the same round with each other. And there's one with the new Heartless that I mentioned earlier.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
So this is a 41st round. Now, what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you either A, have your health up, or B, have your magic up by the end of the round. Unless you're comfortable where you are, because honestly, I'm a little comfortable with where I am. I'm gonna save my items until I really do need them. I thought I killed you. Come on. There we go. The first boss that we fight, not that difficult. It's not gonna be that difficult. I mean, granted, it's gigantic, yes, but the Behemoth Heartless, I wouldn't say is a difficult Heartless to fight. You just need to be aware of your surroundings and how to move when it's about to attack. If anything, the main problem with this is that it has a lot of HP. So, you know, like before, when it's like that, you want to get away. Luckily for us, there's enough room to dodge his lightning bolt there, so we don't have to worry about that move. Of course, we still have to worry about him if he jumps, or if he uses that one magic ball, but we know how to dodge those. And, you know, I like this boss in particular because I feel like I could build up my magic just by beating the hell out of the horn. I'm just gonna back off. I think I've mentioned it before, but Gravity is a good spell to use against this guy because it seems to hurt him a bit. I think after we beat him, we also get like a spell, I think every match that we fight, we get like some sort of spell, except for maybe round 20. I don't think we get anything from them, except for a Keyblade, maybe. I'm gonna fly away. I know that if I try to hide under you, it's just gonna hurt, so I'm just gonna... Ooh, that was kind of close. Well, like I said, the first boss that we fight, it's not gonna be too difficult. In fact, it's a good place to get your health back up, get your magic back up. It's a pretty easy boss to deal with. Though granted, the time trial for this boss is a little irritating, but I'll go for it when we get there. I like how the rounds changed the arena look, because at first it was dark, now it's light. I think the next one, it goes back to being dark, maybe? I think there might be a different change, but I can't recall off the top of my head. I know that once we get to, like, I'd say last 10 rounds, I think there's, like, a new thing. I think there's, like, dead trees around the arena. Well, not dead trees, but, like, trees as the pillars. You know what? I remember what the mini-boss for this round's gonna be. I believe it's the guard armor. I'm not sure when it popped up. I think it's after this match, but See, unlike the guard armor when we first fought him, it doesn't wait until you beat it up. It actually starts attacking you with all of its like body parts, including the body itself. So just be aware of that. But the thing is, we're a high enough level. We should like, hi, we were talking about you. Yeah, we should be able to destroy this thing with relative ease. Like I said, it did attack on its own. Like typically, it would want you to attack the feet, the legs first. But no, we could just take out the body real quick. And like I said, we're high level. It wasn't much of a threat.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
Good to see it though. Speaking of which, the guard armor that it looked during that round, I believe that's how it looked during the original game. I think it would be called the red armor in the journal, but that's how it looked originally. Kind of makes me feel a little nostalgic with the original game, just slightly. I think what they changed with most of the color scheme is that, like, they gave it more of a blue hue. I think with the soldier, with the large body, because I think originally they were more brown. I think. I don't know. Maybe I haven't mixed up. I do know the Powerwilds were originally blue, and I think the Bounty Wilds were originally yellow, so... yeah. I'm trying to think of the other color swaps with the whole Heartless. It's, like, hard to think on top of my head, because they're, like, not on my face. I know the Phantom, the last episode when we fought him, I know that the Phantom had a blue sheet rather than a white sheet. I forgot that there was technically 2 mini-bosses. I consider this guy a mini-boss, wouldn't you? The big Heartless with a lot of HP, I think it would count. Probably more than the, you know, guard armor now that I think about it, because the guard armor kind of went down pretty fast. But it's basically the same Heartless we fought before, granted with a different color, but, you know. Come on, die already. It has invincibility frame. Bullshit. You gotta die now. You gotta die now. Thank you. I don't remember the original color for the Stealth Sneak. Well, I guess technically it's called the Stealth Army now. But I think it was just green? I think. I don't know. Like, can't remember. It's been like ages. It's been like at least 2 decades.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
You know, with the amount of shadows that are in this round, it reminds me that there's 2 rounds, I think, maybe 3, where it tells you that there's a certain amount of enemies, but... no, it would say the enemy name like usual, but instead of it giving you a number, it just gives you like a question mark. So you have to literally try to figure out how many there's going to be. I think for the shadows, I think when I counted last, there was 20 of them. Not that bad, I guess, you know, because they're shadows. But then there's going to be like one with shadows and Darkball, and I don't know how many there... oh, hello. Well, there's the new Heartless I was talking about. Don't let the name fool you. This thing isn't an angel. And I know I killed that thing easily. But let me tell you, if given the chance, it will decimate you in a large crowd. It's kind of weird seeing a Heartless using light. But that's kind of beside the point now, because now we're up against the next boss, which is going to be a familiar face. It's good old Cerberus, great to see ya! There's not much of a change in this fight, except it starts off with its throwing up move. And again, if you want to avoid dealing with that and getting spat at by fireballs, you just jump onto the back of his back. Kind of embarrassing. I think I had an easier time doing this with, you know, a basic jump. I'd say be slightly careful with this one, mainly because I think you could easily die if you're not being too careful. I think when we beat him, I think we get the Thunder upgrade. I'm not entirely sure. I shouldn't do that. I should be more careful. No, not yet. Not just yet. I want to be more... I maybe an ether, whatever the hell you call them. Maybe a couple, because, you know, I could use it for the next coming rounds. And I could have sworn I got on this guy's back a lot easier when I had a simple jump. I remember Cerberus killing me a lot as a kid. I had a fear of fighting him. And just giving everybody the heads up, just because you get to the boss round doesn't mean you're going to start at the boss round. So if I were to die here, I would have to start all the way back from the beginning of the 40th seed. So, yeah, just giving everyone that heads up before there's any misconceptions about the checkpoints. Speaking of which, the time trial, you don't get those checkpoints, so you really have to beat it within the time limit, which I believe is 20 minutes. I'd say get to a high level before you do that, because at that point, a lot of the Heartless just die instantly. Like, you'll beat around within like a few seconds. That's my advice. And you are almost dead. Granted, I did mention I do hate the bosses. At least with these two bosses I hate, because when you beat them, there's like a few seconds of pause before it says the round's over, and that's like a few seconds off the timer. And I know, like, yeah, it's a few seconds, but a few seconds could mean making it or breaking it, so it's like, I hate it. It's back to it being dark. I don't really notice a difference. Does anybody else, or is there no difference? I hate these things. Yeah, it's mainly because the level 1's playthrough makes me hate these things. I really hate the air soldiers. Thank you, Donald. I appreciate it. I really wish I could return the favor and heal you, but I need to save my magic. Come here. I think for this one, it's the opposite armor that's the mini-boss that we fight against. And it'd be like fighting him again, only I think for the opposite armor, we're gonna have to deal with a bunch of Darkball Heartless to fight him. I think it's round 26 that we have to fight him. I think. I'm not entirely sure. Like, it's on top of my head, 26 for some reason. Could be 28 too. Wait, is this 28? Sometimes I lose count of the rounds. Sorry. Okay, it was not 28. It might be the next round. Or maybe it's 24. Look, the only thing I do remember is that we do have to fight the opposite armor. And the Darkball Heartless are with them. And like I said, this is a good place to level up. I think I leveled up twice when we started this, so Yeah, good place to level up. No, not 26. It must... What if it was 25? But yeah, this is the one I was talking about earlier, where there's a bunch of Heartless, but they don't give you a set number of them, but I think it's 20 Heartless. 20 Shadows. So what, that's 4. 60 more. I remember as a kid this intimidated me, but looking at it now, I'm like, it's a pack of shadows. Pack of shadows aren't intimidating in the first game. I mean, in the third game, yeah, but the first game, no. Unless you're a hit point away from death, then yeah, I could see that being a little intimidating. I wonder how many names of these, like, rounds were just, like, randomly translated or actually, like, translated properly. That's just, like, I'm kind of curious, like, what was the original name for them? Come on, Goofy. Oh, okay, so it was 24. Alright, so for this fight, I like to take out these guys first, just so that they're not in my, they're not in my hair. Then I go and deal with the opposite armor. And with the opposite armor, it's kind of whoever really goes first. Like, for instance, sometimes I just go for the leg, or arms? Arms. Legs? You know what I mean. And then I work my way through whatever pops up next. And since we're a high level, this guy's not that difficult, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm not a fan of flying enemies. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I kind of hate flying enemies, and I think where I developed this hatred wasn't from Kingdom Hearts, it was from Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy 12, there was this one enemy that was this flying enemy that I tried to beat, but the thing is, it knew this move called Kamikaze. So it would kill itself, and I lose a damn item. And it's like, I want you to drop the item. Fuck you for doing a Kamikaze. And, with the flying enemy in Final Fantasy 12, you couldn't just hit him, like, with an attack, because you need a ranged weapon or some form of magic to hit him. So it's like, if I didn't have a ranged weapon in the party, or anybody that knew offensive magic, it kind of led to a couple awkward situations. I mean, did I die? No. But the fucker got away. I think maybe only a handful of times that I go through the area that I realize, oh, wait a minute, this thing's here. I should have either this person with me or that person with me, just so I have a way to kill it. Speaking of Final Fantasy, the 20th seed is Cloud and Leon. Now, who you beat up is up to you. The level 1 run has taught me that Leon here gets too into your face too quickly. So if you want, you should probably get rid of him. However, if you get Cloud to a low enough HP, he will do his desperation move, which might be a little more difficult to handle if Leon's, taking pot shots at you. I think I am just gonna focus on this guy first, though. Maybe I'm hoping to beat him before he does it.
That's the best you can do?
Again, remember, Special moves like this give you invincibility frame. And I failed to knock him out, so...
Come on, give me your best shot.
He's close to death, though, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, as long as he doesn't do that desperation move again, we should be fine. I'm gonna finish him off with Sonic Blade. It's kind of ironic, because that's a move he gave us. Ah, whatever. Close enough. It was close enough to beating him with it. Leon shouldn't be too difficult, even with that giant blade, but you still want to be a little careful with him. I mean, it's a giant blade. It's not for show. Oh, damn, good job, Goofy. Regardless, if you're going to fight these guys, it's best to focus one at a time, because it would suck to have to deal with Leon here while Cloud is also Omni Slash. And I mean, it's one thing to dodge him with his normal sword, but with his gigantic light sword, it'd be a bigger problem. And we get a Keyblade from it. Lionheart. I'm not a big fan of Lionheart, but it's not my least favorite either. You know, like, I'd say it's a neutral Keyblade for me. I think it's in this round. Again, not saying this round in particular, but in the next 10 rounds, we'll be introduced to the other Heartless I say gives an issue. So be ready for that one. That one is kind of a doozy. Like, it's a brutal Heartless, just giving everyone that heads up. Now, after you beat the Hades Cup, you do unlock a new match to fight against. And that's the gold match. Yeah, it's the gold match. That's another secret boss that we'll be fighting later. There's 2 secret bosses here. One of them, I would say that we'll probably be ready for now. But the other one, I suggest past level 80. Because he is at much of a pain to deal with. Granted, I do plan on maxing out my level before the final boss, so I'll probably do it once I get to level 100. But I think that the minimum level you have to be will probably be like level 80. Ah, here's the second one I mentioned. Again, this one killed me a bunch as a kid because the Darkball Heartless, they're no joke. Granted, they do have a little HP, so they're not that much of a threat, but if you're low leveled and your attacks aren't doing jack shit to them, they can and will be your worst nightmare. Especially with the sound they make when they attack. Like, that scared the hell out of me as a kid. And their teleporting ability. That's annoying. I mean, the sound now doesn't bother me, but as a kid, that sound meant death's coming. It's also kind of creepy with how they're just like a flying head. A floating head coming towards you, attacking you with its jagged jaw. Like, that's kind of terrifying. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think there's a mini-boss during this round. That's kind of weird, like, okay, we had Yuffie in the first set of rounds. We had guard armor. We had the opposite armor, plus, you know, the stealth sneak, or technically it's called the stealth army in the journal. But for these set of rounds, oh, hey. That's the big bad Heartless I was talking about. See, the invisible Heartless, it's very aggressive. Like, very aggressive. And I know I dispatched it easily, it's because I'm a high level. But if I wasn't, I could guarantee you it would have killed me. But even then, it's just so, I'd say, very aggressive. 10 out of 10, highly aggressive. Its first movement is to attack your ass. So I would say, yeah. Fun fact about that Heartless is that, again, my illiterate ass mispronounced the fucking Heartless, and for the longest time, instead of calling it the Invisible Heartless, I thought it was called the Invincible Heartless. Again, at the time, I want to say that when I first fought it, I was severely underleveled, so it did feel like it was an invincible enemy, like you're just doing like chip damage, and one swing from that enemy just like instantly kills you. So I think I have good reasoning for why I thought about it for a bit. These guys were also horrifying back then, but the thing is, they were slow. Well, they are slow. Ooh, that was a good one. This round also gave me a little issue back then too, but not anymore. This one, however, did. This one straight up killed me when I first played. These guys are still assholes in my opinion. Like, I don't care. These assholes and the Angel Stars are probably the worst combination in the entire game. Fuck everything else. Granted, we do have error. Well, I can't cast it. It's 2 MP, right? I think it's 2 MP. You son of a bitch. I'm coming for you. These ones, in particular, I have a little deep hatred for. Mainly because I think they killed me more than this fucker. Screw it. We all need it. Because the next fight is a boss fight.
Yo, hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, got a minute? Hades, Lord of the Dead, nice to see you. Hey, guess what? I got a place for you.
I have to ask, why isn't he the first fight? Like, why isn't he the final boss for his own cup? It kind of throws me off just a bit. You would think he would be, like, you get a cutscene. The ending cutscene and the victory cutscene would go great together, and when he does that, you want to go the opposite way, so you want to hug the wall opposite of where he's walking towards.
Hey, you having fun yet? That's it. Yeah.
Let's see. He has a few attacks. He has a swiping attack, a finger gun attack. He has to feel the heat attack, which, again, if you ever hear him say that, go to the opposite place where he's walking. And fuck off. He's invincible. You're not gonna do shit to him. And he also has a fireball attack. The fireball attack, holy shit, he's hitting me pretty good. Could be bounced back at him, as shown before, and stun him for a bit. It's just, holy shit, like, he's really hurting me a lot. Maybe I think I'm level 60. Maybe level 59. I don't recall on top of my head. But shit. He also has this one flamethrower attack that was shown earlier. For that, you just want to wait until he gives you an opening so you could jump in and attack him.
Hey, you having fun yet?
I've never been hit by that one attack. Like, I've never been hit by his finger gun attack. Ever. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess never say never because he hit me. It's just weird. Like sometimes he would attack, like he would use the attack, but he would aim like someplace completely different. It's like, are you okay? You do realize that you weren't aiming at any of us, literally. Okay, yeah, here's that one flaming attack. You just want to wait till he opens up a bit before you go in for the attack. Or just jump high up. It's probably better just to fuck off for a bit and wait until he opens arms, because the jumping up method could be a little risky. See? We weren't even like, the place he was pointing, not even there. He's dead. Or he's knocked out. Jesus Christ, Hades. Leave him alone. Guess Donald really pissed him off with all the blizzards.
Hey, I'm starting to get warmed up here. Take that.
Shit.
Hey, I'm starting to get warmed up here. Take that.
Okay, so I like to avoid him being in the middle, because that confuses me, like, where's he gonna be? Yeah, see, I got confused. And that was very lucky, because he could have killed me. Thank you, Donald. You're a lifesaver. And this time I'm gonna fuck off again. That's basically this fight. You attack a couple times and then you fuck off.
Hey, having fun yet? That's it.
Or you block. But basically, yeah, you attack and fuck off.
Hey, having fun yet? Hey, I'm starting to get warmed up here.
I don't think it'd be considered the last 10 rounds, considering that we have 9 to go, but one of them's a boss, round, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, the last boss round is super easy. Like, very easy. It's ridiculous. That's why I think that Hades should have been the last boss, and the boss that we fight for the last boss for this, he should have been, like, the 10th, 10th round, rather than Hades.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop. Hey, guys, get away from me. Oh, come on.
Who do you think Hades was referring to in that cutscene? Like, he said, hey guys, but he also started with, hey kid. I think he would probably refer to Cloud as kid. But guys is plural, so that's more than one. We know that there's at least one big, person in there. I'd say probably Cerberus, but that'd be kind of weird if Cerberus turned on his own mask. But the cutscene does sound like Cerberus was a part of the group. Again, that's why I say that it makes more sense if if it was at the end of the map. That's why we would have more than one giant character. But I don't think the Rock Titan will be able to fit in that little hole, so he probably wouldn't be in there. Then again, I don't think Cerberus would fit well either, so yeah, it's just kind of weird. Maybe it could be some Heartless? I mean, I don't know. Has Hades really used that? I mean, I guess technically he could have had them sign up, but I don't see him really involving himself with the Heartless much. Like, he seems to be on his own, if that makes sense, and I hated this as a kid. 3 of these fuckers. Not a friendly match, I'll tell you that. far from friendly. So if I were to pick what my least favorite... Oh, thank you, Donald. What my least favorite round will be, it'd probably have to be 2. Not only is there a bunch of invisible Heartless, but there's also a bunch of Angel Stars, which... Let's just say that there's a variety of bullshit from each of them. And we're gonna have to fight the same Heartless in a couple matches down the line. Only this time around, it's gonna be 2 of them. So, be prepared for that. I mean, I don't think that match is too hard to deal with. It's just like 2 of those fuckers to deal with. Like, you don't have to deal with anything else. Granted, it could be a little annoying when one of them is visible and the other one's invisible, and you're trying to dodge the invisible, or scratch that, the visible one's laser beams, while the invisible one likes to charge into you. So, yeah, it could be a little challenging with that. It would be nice if the mushrooms did give you some MP orbs, or at least something if you match the charade, but you don't get jack, sadly. There was 3 matches of this, huh? I thought there was only 2, but then again, it's the same Heartless. Maybe there's another one that's similar to this? I'm not too sure. Usually the match that I think of when I think about the last 9 matches is match number 2, which is full of bullshit. So I do think this might be the last round for these guys. It is taking up a good amount of the screen, so I would assume so. Well, not the screen, but, you know, the battleground. Like, there's quite a few Heartless to take up space, so I would think this is the last round for this match. I hate that move. 9 times out of 10, I could guarantee you that I can never dodge it or block. Well, I could dodge it, I just can never block it. So when that Heartless does that move, it's probably best just to get the hell out of dodge. And speak of the devil that I was talking about a few minutes ago, yes, this match. They don't have that much health either, so it's not that bad. Personally, thank you, Donald. Wow, you are really on it today. Personally, I like to try to get between them so that my combo hits both. But chances are you are going to end up getting one that's visible. Jesus Christ, Donald really is on it. Holy shit. I mean, on the bright side, it does bring up the MP up a bit if you don't kill yourself. So, that's good. I probably should have just kept that to myself. It's like, you know, I say something and then a few seconds later something bad happens. I say, hey, I'm dodging something really well, and then the next moment, oh, I got hit. What round was this? Round 4? We have like 2 more. 2 more and a boss, technically. Oh, right, this one did do the whole question mark thing too. I think there's like 5 rounds in this match. Maybe. So that was 1, this is 2. If Goofy does a charge attack when it's doing that thunder attack, it breaks through it. This is 3. Maybe it's... I don't know. It's either 5 or 4. Oh, okay, never mind. It's 4. After this, we win.
Come on. This should help.
And the next match is going to be the bullshit match that killed me a lot as a kid and really kicked my ass during the level 1 run. Granted, I kind of just phased through all the attempts, but I digress. Still kicked my ass. Specifically the Angel Stars. Fuck the Angel Stars. I mean, the Invisibles also kicked my ass too, so it's like... really everything kicked your ass at level 1. But, yeah, we leveled up. I think we... I don't know what level we're on. I think we're probably... We're definitely above level 60 at this point, though. And if you're wondering, the last boss, no, you don't have to worry about using magic on him. It's quite an easy boss. Again, why I kind of say that maybe Hades should have been the last boss for the Hades Cup, but no. I think this is the last round for this match, too, so we're done with here. Actually, is it? I would say yeah. So after this, we're practically won the cup. Yep, that was it. Now, for the Rock Titan, you really don't have to worry about much. Like, the only way you have to get hit is if you're very unlucky or if you let it happen. He's very slow, so I'm gonna assume that when he does hit, it's gonna hurt like hell. Now, when that happens, when he stumbles back, that gives you the chance to climb up and attack his heads. Really, it gives you another chance to hit him harder, but be careful. He does like to strike with one head at a time. He doesn't go with both. I mean, really, it's not a difficult boss fight. The best advice I could give you is just be aware what's going to go on. Like, he's about to hit the ground, so careful for the shockwave, or move out of the way if you're in the, area where he's gonna hit. And literally just keep hitting him until you win. I really feel like this should have been like, maybe, man, it shouldn't even be like at the, it shouldn't be the last boss that you fight to win. It should have been like the first boss you fight, because it's kind of, the Rock Titan's kind of pathetic to fight against. I mean, say what you want about the Behemoth, at least he moves more than this fucker. And with that, we beat the Hades Cup.
We're the champs!
Alright, so I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I know I said I'm gonna do the Alone Challenge too, but I'm kind of tired. And I don't think I could come up with anything new to talk about while doing this, so I'm just gonna fast forward it and call it a day, because it's kind of late. It's really late. any advice for this run? Well, I guess it would be the same as your typical run. Just like make sure you're stocked up on items, conserve your magic, try not to get hit, which is something I typically fell at too. But you know, just know when to attack and know when to dodge. And the rules for the normal fight together go with this one. So every boss that you beat will be like a checkpoint. So if you do fail, you just start from that one round. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, I would have made it go faster, but if I go faster than this, it kind of skips frames more than it should, and it kind of irritates me a bit. So I like it at this speed. Besides, it's, to me, it's kind of funny at the speed. Man, even when it's sped up like this, I can't really think of anything to bring up. Like, I'm sorry, usually I have the energy, but it's 2 a.m. I don't want to call it a night. So I'm just gonna take a 5-minute break. I'll let this play out, then I'll get back to everybody. Well, I'll see you in a couple minutes then. And with that, we finish off the alone version of the Hades Cup. We still have the time trial, but that will be put off until later. And with that, we got to save the Queen, which is Donald's ultimate weapon. I believe I said that earlier. Here you go, Donald. You're gonna like this. Alright, well, thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care, and please like and subscribe.